What's up guys, Scott Brutzall, Chuckle's Garage. We are here with my 98 Supra Mark IV. I sent this away like 3 years ago to get done by a shop in Florida and they freaking trashed it.
Bro, what the f is this? I literally just pulled it off the truck.
I'm going to show you what we're going to be redoing, all the components we're using on it, and this is going to be a nice long series of building the car up. All right, here we got the sea of components that are going on in the car. We can start over here. We got Tile made these custom blow-off valves and wastegates for me. We've got the Custom Plenum Creations carbon and billet intake. These things right here, these slick little hybrid turbo blankets. So this is a turbo blanket, this is a manifold blanket, but PTP made those for it. Bosch throttle body off of Porsche 911 for drive-by-wire. And then these are Garrett G25 660 turbos. Most guys take and put a single turbo on these cars, but I'm doing twin turbos on it. So each one of these is capable of 660 horse, so it should be around 1100 horsepower to the wheels with these twins. This is the custom intercooler piping that's done for it. Radium got me all this stuff here. So Radium makes these. These go in the factory location for the factory fuel rails, and you can put up to a -10 hose in these. Got the fuel filter, regulator, and then it's got the built-in fuel pulse damper in it. Triple fuel pump hanger, fuel rail, fuel pumps, all the goodies from Radium. And then over here, this is the high-ticket stuff right here. So Moton Suspension made me a custom set of 3-way motorsport dampers for this thing. True coilovers front and rear, remote reservoirs, all the goodies. So custom titanium tubing for the charge piping on the turbo. And then the biggest component of this is the 6XD transmission.
All right, 3.
6XD is going to be like, we need that training back, guys. All right, so the centerpiece of this build is the 6XD sequential transmission. And this thing is full billet case. You can change out the gear set in about 20 minutes. Handles up to 3,000 horsepower, and it's going to allow the car to do full throttle clutchless upshifts, which will be pretty fun. Yeah, so part of the reason this car has been sitting for 3 years is I just haven't had the heart to put it back together. You know, I sent it away, I trusted somebody else to work on it. Came back to me with a rod knock and all kinds of other screwed up stuff. Some of the stuff that's all screwed on the thing is the shop that had it left it under an old Ferrari and it dripped old fuel all over it. I just had the car wrapped in clear broad, like the whole car is wrapped in clear broad. They fixed it with, stuff like this. Where it was screwed up, they just patched it in. They cut up my window molding here, and there's like a patch of wrap there. There's a patch of wrap up here. It's just the most ghetto shit. Yeah, there's like missing interior parts. I don't know, it's just...
Oh, they forgot your interior too?
Yeah, well, just...
Oh, God.
They took the interior part to do stuff. Like some of the dome light stuff is missing, like hardware is missing. It just sucks. I'll show you all underneath. Like a lot of the really hacked gold is underneath the car. thing was instead of using something like this to hold the fuel lines in the factory location, like most guys would do building a Supra, they left all the factory fuel lines in here, used it to run the power wire, and then soft lined the whole thing, and then tech screwed it with these insulated clamps the whole way down. Just tech screws. Tech screw, tech screw, tech screw. And it's not even one run. There's unions on it. It's just, it's the worst. Garbage. So I'll show you what we got going on underneath the hood right here. So as it sits, we got a fully built 3-liter 2JZ by ALC Racing Engines. Cameron ALC fully race ported the head. It's got shimless buckets, custom manifold. This manifold and some of the charge piping is some of the only stuff that the other shop did right. We did a really good job on the manifold. It's a little close here, but I can get away with that. But some of the stuff that was done before, you know, the turbos sit right here, and the oil drains were going right down through the manifold, and the oil drains were literally touching the manifold.
Holy shit.
And all it takes is like a few runs with a hot header, and it would have caught on fire and burned the whole car down. You know, there was wiring touching like the alternator, touching the belts. There was coolant everywhere. It was just a hot mess. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking everything as a separate component and trying to build it as best we can. We got the CSF radiator in here with a custom made shroud that we made here in house. It's got a 17-inch ball brushless fan on it. There's a giant rat's nest of wiring underneath the manifold. We're in the process of cleaning all that up right now. You know, one of the things that we have to clean up is the holes that were cut for the intercooler piping are really crudely done. Cut you. Pretty poor work. There was just no real respect for the car when they worked on it. You see on this side too, it's just a crudely cut hole. You know, there's no edging around it or anything. None of it's cleaned up. So all that stuff we're addressing. Everything I'm aiming is to be perfect on this car. You know, it's hard letting it sit in the shop for so long and not working on it, but I just couldn't, you know. So it's finally the point where I can build the thing. So inside the ported race head, we've got BC Stage 3 cams. Get the BC adjustable cam gears. Stock crank, Manley Turbo Tough rods, CP pistons, fully built engine. On the side here we got the Rad Industries billet water neck, and you can't see it, but down here we also have the Rad Industries billet timing chain tensioner. Down here we got the fluid damper modular harmonic balancer, so you can change out the front pulley to underdrive or overdrive. On the short block we've got Manley Turbo Tough rods, we've got CP pistons, we've got Rad Industries billet main caps, and King coated bearings. So that's pretty much it. You guys can follow along to the build series I'll be posting over the next couple months on the car.